Hi, this is Greg Hughes here, Vice Principal at the Deferrers Academy. So I'm going to show you a quick guide as to how you can use Showbie if you're a new student or if you're still struggling a little bit. Okay, so first thing that you need to do is go to the website showbie.com, which you can see up here at the top, and the main page looks like this. If you've never made an account, you can see down here, there's a big blue button that says sign up for free, okay? And what you would do is click there, click I'm a student, and the easiest one is probably just to sign up with a username, but just make sure you remember what it is, and then you can see the details down there. Most important thing to remember here is that if your name is John Smith, there are probably hundreds, maybe thousands of John Smiths around the world using Showbie. So other people will have the same name. So try and do something different. Best option is maybe your deferrers, J Smith 1234, if that's your network ID, because it's unlikely to have that in. Okay, and then try and come up with a password that you'll remember. Don't make it 1 2 3 4 5 6. Maybe pick 2 words and a number, something you'll probably remember. And then when you're done, you click sign up and it will log you in. Okay, so I'm just going to go back because I've already made an account. I'm going to show you how that works. There we go. So if I've made an account, I would click sign in here. Okay. Now my computer's remember my details. I'm just going to pop them in here. There we go. Okay. And then I click sign in and it takes me into Showbie. Now I'm doing this on a laptop, on an iPad or a tablet or a phone. It's very similar. It's got a little bit of extra functionality because Showbie's been designed for mobile devices as well. So this is what I see. And the main way that Showbie works, teachers create an online class for students so they can share resources, assignments, feedback, web links, and so on, files, and students need to join the class. So the first thing that they're going to do is to tap join class, and when they do that, it will ask them to enter a code. Okay, now I set up a test class for this video, so I'm going to enter my code. Teachers may periodically change the codes if there's, just to improve online security or things like that. So, we do often let you know if those have changed. There we go. So now I can see that I'm in Mr. Hughes's test class. Okay, it's got the name of the class up here at the top, and I can see any assignments that have been done. Okay, now I can see here it says old assignment. Okay, write a poem. I wasn't in the class at that point, so I've not been able to do it. But if it was an old assignment I'd missed, it would tell me that I'm late. There'd be a little red clock on it, and it would indicate, when that work should have been done. So you can see here, it says that the work was due January the 21st at 4 p.m. Okay, so it's really easy for students to see when that assignment should have been complete. So here's the current assignment that the teacher set yesterday, and you can see they've got a little bit of info here that says, "Hi everyone, we're learning about seasons as part of space. Please complete the work below by uploading it to Showbie," and they've given a deadline, and we're going to ask all staff to make sure there's a clear deadline. And then you can see here, look, they've set a couple of tasks, okay? So task 1, if I click on that link, it will take me through to BBC Bitesize, and there are some web pages, that we've got to read through with some quizzes, maybe some videos. So that's just information to help students. Task 2, the teachers set a Kahoot quiz, but rather than doing it live, they've set it as a self-paced challenge. So again, if students tap on that, it should open the quiz. There we go, okay? When they're ready, they can add a name. So let's add mine. Oh, actually, sorry, I should put John. There we go.
Seasons because it's axis of rotation.
There we go. There's a little bit of blurb from the teachers at the start who create the quiz. And then off I go, and it does the quiz. And I get questions. I can pop my answers in, okay? Now, remember that the teacher set the quiz. So because they did that, let's just pick some answers at random, okay? Oh, I got it wrong. Next one. Because the teacher set the quiz, they'll be able to see how they answered, as a class or as an individual, and they'll be able to provide some feedback on that, okay? So I'm just going to leave that page. Okay, now the third one, there's a couple of options here. They've asked the students to draw a diagram, okay? And either we can do it on this blank piece of paper that the teacher's created within Showbie. If I'm on a phone or a tablet, this is really easy because I can probably use my touch screen and I can draw it with my finger. So it'll work really well. If not, then they've given the option here, you can see, to take a photo. So they could do the work on paper, take a photo, and then just upload it from the device. And I'll show you how that works now, okay? Again, it's even easier on a mobile device to do that. So you'll notice that if I click on that page, then what Showbie will do with blank pages like this or with PDF documents, it brings up some pen tools, okay? So I can change the color, let's pick red. I can change the thickness of the pen. And then you can see, look, I can write. Okay, now it's not as easy to do that with a mouse. You know, tablets and things that are ideal for this. But, you know, if that's not going to work for the students, they have other options. So I can click the T box and then I can enter some text. Okay, and I can put that text straight in. Yeah. If they've got some devices with you know, notation or annotation or dictation enabled, then they might be able to talk and turn that into text as well. Okay, so now you can see, look, it's put a text box on, and I'm able to move that around, you know, where I think it should go. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I can also enter a little personal comment like that, and the teacher will be able to see that comment. Okay, so they can click and they can open it and see where I placed it. So I might place it on part of the work if I'm the student. Okay, finally, on some devices you can insert audio. Okay, now it's not working on this browser, but it will work on mobile devices because it's optimized for that. So students can then click that button and insert audio, okay? If it's multiple pages, they can click back here and they can skim through other pages, okay? And then when they're finished, what they can do is click this little button that says done, okay? And that work is then saved and the teacher will see it. Now, if they don't click that button, it won't save the work and they'll lose whatever they've done, okay? So it's important that they always do that, okay? You'll also see here, look, it's now put a little paper clip next to the assignment. So that tells the teacher that I've now uploaded something and I've completed that part of the assignment, that task, yeah? Teachers will usually indicate what's the main thing students have to complete. So I know when I set work for my classes, I might set some optional reading or websites to look at that would help them, but they don't need to do it. But I would say, you know, these are the questions I want you to do. Or I maybe want you to go onto another platform like Seneca Learning, and I'll put the links here so you can complete some self-marking work on that and look at it. If I'm struggling, then I have a space here to put a comment in. So I might put, hi sir, I am not sure what to do, and the dog ate my homework. Clearly the dog can't eat my homework because I'm doing it digitally, so that's good. Okay, see I've made some spelling mistakes as well. So if I click on the three dots, I can edit it and I can go back, save it, and there we go. Okay, so again, staff know to look through the list of students in their class and look for any of these comments so they can check, you know, if they've had any alerts come in. When a staff member sets some work, students will get notifications, okay? And also any activity that they do pops up here for us. So we see, you know, this student uploaded a file and this student put a comment and so on. So we get quite a lot of information in that, okay? If I instead wanted to upload a file, you can see I've got a big plus button here. If I click on that button, then I get some options. Now, if I'm on a mobile device, I can insert a voice note, okay? I can also open a blank document like we've just seen and do that. It's a little bit more limited on a PC or laptop browser. The main one I would want to do is probably add a file, okay? So I'm going to click add from computer. And I do believe yesterday, there we go. So let's say that this is the picture that I've drawn. I select the picture in my web browser and up it pops, okay? I'm struggling away. All right, so again, if this was a photo that the student had taken of an essay they wrote on some paper or a piece of work drawn in a book, they can just take the photograph, you know, save it to their device and then just upload it straight into Showbie. If you're on a phone or an iPad, it's even easier because it will just do it straight away. Okay, now I've unfortunately picked quite a big file here, so it's chugging away for a little bit. Okay, I can click on it, see what's happening. I'm just going to click off and I'm going to leave that going for a little bit. Okay. Let's get rid of the large preview. There you go. Okay. So this, again, the three dots here give us some options. This turns on big preview. I think it's because it's a big file, it's still chugging away or not. One of the beauties with Showbie is the students can upload a very large amount of files of different types. So for our older students, if they make a song in GarageBand or they produce a movie in iMovie, rather than export them as a, an audio file or a video file, they can export and upload the full version. So we can then look at their song and take it apart again in GarageBand, or we can look at their movie in iMovie and see all the different media and edits that they've done. So this is really nice for us. So there's a lot of power there, okay? So that's how students would see assignments, how they would upload and save their work. The teacher gets a message to say it's done. They get a little indicator to say if the work's late. If I then, as a teacher, mark the work, which I'm going to try and do now while I'm talking, okay? So I'm going to log in on my iPad as a teacher, and I'm going to just give that student some feedback, okay? So here we go. So if you can bear with me 1 second, just so you can see live how easy this is to do. Okay, so I'm now going to all my classes. I'm going to go to this test class, and I can see that John Smith has submitted because there's a paperclip, okay? So I'm going to give John a grade for his work. Now, teachers will do this in different ways. They could give it a grade like this. So I'm going to just very briefly make a comment and a grade. There you go. And you'll see it pop up. Yeah, so you can see how quick that was. I gave it a mark at 5, and I've just given a comment, good effort. But maybe John doesn't like that. So I'm going to give him some different feedback. On my iPad, I can click and I can add a voice note. So I'm going to do this now. So I'm going to hit record. Hi, John, this was Mr. Hughes here. That wasn't a bad effort of work that you did, but I think next time we'd like to see more use of different key language, maybe, an improved sentence structure, and your picture could do with a few more labels, but that was a really good effort. Well done. Okay, now I've saved that voice note, and in a moment, what should happen is it should upload. There we go. So you can see John has now got audio feedback from the teacher, and for language lessons, this could be really, really helpful. And if I click, it might play it. There we go. Turn my sound up a little bit first. Hi, John, this was Mr. Hughes here. That wasn't a bad effort of work. Okay, so you can see again how simple it is for the students to get that sort of feedback and to respond to it, okay? So this is typically what teachers will do. They'll set some work, they'll provide some feedback, some whole class feedback or some individual feedback as needed. You can see that John here wrote a comment to the teacher saying, I'm struggling to know what to do. And I'm just going to send a message back. Okay, I'll send something quick. There we go. So you can see again, comment immediately pops up. So it gives it in live time. Now, obviously, teachers aren't available 24/7 to constantly give feedback, but it does mean they will get these notifications and they will respond, as and when they're able to. So rather than wait weeks for books to come in, we can do things often much, much quicker. And that's one of the beauties of digital feedback in this manner. Okay, I'm going to show you a few other quick things. If John had joined other classes, he would put the code in here, enter it, and all these classes would come down below, okay? Normally teachers will put the subject on, and if it's multiple teachers, they will put their name on as well. So it might say English, maths. If there's 3 IT ones, it might say IT, Mr. Radford, or IT, Mr. Underwood, and they would be able to tell which class is which. And then if they go into each one, they will see what's happening, okay? Last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to move my little video camera out of the way there. You'll see up at the top here, look, I can click on my name and it gives me some options, all right? So I can edit my name and change the photo, or add my email if I wanted to do that. I could choose how I want to sign in. If I want to sign in with Google or Microsoft to make it easier, I can do. I can set the language. So if a student is recently arrived and is not so good at English, but is struggling and really wants to turn that into Finnish or Swedish, there are a few other languages there. They're mainly countries that use Showbie a lot, so it's not all of them. But if that helps some students, then that's a good thing to do. The 2 key ones, though, that I really want to look at, okay, is notification preferences. So what this will do, if I click on, say, assignments, every time the teacher sends an assignment, this means that on my device, I will get a message, a notification alert. So if they start an assignment, if they do due dates, if they do a new assignment. Now, if I don't want them I can just turn them off like that and I won't get them. If I'd rather have them emailed instead, then I can click the email box if that's something that it allows me to do. No, I haven't added an email, so nothing's coming up. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that one set. The same if we do discussions, not all teachers will, but there's an option for us to use it there. Or if anything changes about the groups, okay? We don't use video chat, so again, I'm going to leave that one off, okay? So that's essentially how it works. If the student locks themselves out and they need to change their email, myself, the support and guidance teams, particularly in year 7 and 8, the IT technicians, we can all do that for them, okay? So we have the ability, if they're struggling, because some teachers will allow students to join classes automatically, like I did today. Some will do it on approval, so we can just check who's trying to join. If there's any issues like that, we are able to immediately go in and sort that out. So if you contact, usually it'll be year 7 and 8, so Mr. Moran or Ms. Tunstall, we will be able to do that for you. Okay. So it's a really quick snapshot of how Showbie works. Hopefully that was useful for you. There is additional website information on the website. I've reorganized it now. So if you go to www.deferris.com/Showbie, this video and all the others will be there for you.